was only, 10 or 1.
Today, yeah.
And then Sarah's not here. Dang it. Piper.
Yeah.
10 or 2.
Okay.
Owen B1. Oh darn, Brittany. All right. Shiza.
I'll just sing into my instrument.
I probably play bass on piano.
Like, it's pretty easy, like quarter notes, half notes. Do you want to do the bass line on the piano?
If you're okay with me doing it.
Yeah.
No, I can't. I have
No.
the flat part. I have to cancel it the other way.
Well, I have my book. Do you want to look at my book?
Sure.
Okay.
Do it. Yeah, Dr. C can do it too.
Well, no, but then you can't watch me.
I have to watch you guys on the Wi-Fi anyways. Honestly, I'm only half watching you guys here because like, I have to watch.
He's watching. I didn't plan for the trumpet anyway. I was like, where's it? Because I wasn't sure if you'd be here. You know what I mean? I thought I was going to be like on time and I wasn't. And I know that you only come for the second half, so I didn't think you'd be here. Not being rude. I just know that we're coming.
You're ghosted.
Okay. Can you do alto 1 then?
Yep.
Thank you.
This is the
They're just
sentence
gonna
we're
make
next.
fun of me, but it's fine. It's not you. It's like them. It's Sarah.
I thought I did the first one.
This chorus is full of hatred.
It's brass.
It's a brass thing. Yeah.
We don't hate each other. What do we have?
Okay, ready to roll?
Pair between staff,
There's
then
so
there would
much
be no
space.
problem.
Okay, let's do a little bit of a shake. It's tough to be the last person, so like refocus. Everybody just give a nice wiggle. Because we're about to play Funeral March. What a great way to end the day. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
here we go.
Oh ow.
I'm gonna let you go.
It's
It's okay.
Oh, jeez.
So much stuff. Do math.
idea to think about with this is that the phrase endings are also the next phrase beginnings. So if you look at measure 6, that B flat in the soprano line is also the start of the next phrase, but it also ends the first phrase. So you can't really have a breath in between. So I have you with doubled parts, and just think about one person is the end and one person is going forward. If we had more time, I would kind of assign that. But think about not having a sense of breath, stagger breathing. If you're bowing, then you're having a continuous bow that's happening through there. Can we talk about the brass instruments? I need the onsets to be cleaner. Does that make sense? Like some of the, I know it's your sight reading too, but that intonation, it kind of has like a brat, brat, brat kind of a sound, and then we need to get right in the center of the pitch. And it's a slow enough tempo that I think you can do better with it. Yeah? I'm not a brass player, right? Legato tonguing as well, right? Happening in the brass, especially in the trombone, right?
That's an injury thing because I've been playing for a few hours now.
Okay, yeah, no, I just was like getting into the brass part of this. So it was military band that this was written for. Is one of the only things that Wagner actually composed specifically for the band. So lots to do with the brass. It is a funeral march, so if we can just have that little bit more of an essence of being mournful and sad and darkening the tone in that kind of way. Let's try a little bit more. From the beginning, think about the phrase endings moving into the next ones. All right, let's try at the top. Good. Can you start it softer?
Yeah.
Alto, yeah. So we're gonna have more of a subito feel for that pianissimo at 23. Can we go right on 22 with the accents? Everybody? Because I think this is something I wanted, but I didn't know that was a thing. So can we show me pits and then show me arco at 29 with all the strings, anybody who's a string. So 29, ready. Yeah, I think just for the effect of it with the strings, it might be cool in there. Let's try 25 again. It is a march, so at this point, let's think really about locking that tempo in. No, you'll play legato, just in the soprano line. Soprano one, are you playing soprano 2?
No, what?
No, who's my soprano 2 again?
Oh, I am.
Right, so if you can tongue to make them really short. Okay, 25. From the tenor line with just so we feel that T, 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 because you're setting the tempo without the percussion, right? 25. So in this moment in my music, I have holding back tears when those crescendos do this thing, right? You see that in 32? So it's like, you know that feeling when you have a lump in your throat and you're about to cry, but you're like, suck it up, hold it back, don't. And then all of a sudden it just drops, like your eyes are full and then they drop. That's what I want it to feel like when we get to the top of the next page. Do you have a page turn?
Yeah, but it's on that fermata-ish.
Okay. Yeah, can you maybe like just memorize your note before the page turn and let's get into the yeah. 216 to 217, is there a page turn?
The thing that is ringing in my head is the F natural that I play, and he's playing a G flat, so it's good.
Yeah. Okay, let's just do the soprano line. Everybody on the soprano 1s and 2s are together there. 32. The beat 3 and 4 of 32.
Okay.
So beat 3. Good. Can we crescendo and lean into the D at the top of the page? Sure. Yes. Good. Let's have everybody at 31. Everybody. My fault. Let's do last 2 bars, 39. Good, let's go softer. Does that feel better? This way? Okay. What else did I want to review? Rubato. So this is based on an opera, but it's a march based on an opera. So there's a lot of there's subjective opinions about whether or not you should put rubato into it because people were marching from a train station to a cemetery. There's a lot of politics with Wagner's work, not all of it, but in this one in particular, the person who was like the inventor, the father of romantic opera, died and was in a country not of his own. He was not in Germany, he was a German person. And so there was this huge movement 18 years after the guy died that people financed. You think that would be a big deal to donate your money to that back in the day. They financed for his remains to be taken up from the ground and brought back to German soil. So and he specifically wrote this and was part of orchestrating that event as well as orchestrating the music for the event. So that's what was happening. And he was very radical with some of his political ideas. Anti-Semitism was part of his political writings in addition to all of the opera that he wrote. He primarily wrote for opera, but he was a very dramatic person, like over the top drama in his personal life, had trouble with money and finances, right? So lots of really radical things. So taking that about him in mind, let's take it from the beginning again, and that radical change. He really loved sweeping dynamics. He loved chromaticism. So if you're moving from sharp to flat to natural to flat, can you lean into that a little bit more? That was his preferred way to modulate between the keys. Yeah, and just over the top dramatic, 18 years later, right? He liked opera. He brought in all of the dramatic arts to opera. Prior to that, it was more about the music. He made it about the scenery and the costumes and the acting and the faces, and it was a whole package. So that's kind of what happens here in this piece. Can we try it once too with baton, just to see if there's a difference? I feel like it's better with hands, but that's my strength because of choral, so let's try this. Funeral march. my pinky, like the claw, and I could feel it happening. I'm like, there it is, put it down. There it is, put it down. There it is. The whole time.
That was fine.
You have that? Like everybody got like their tics, right? They